In a perfect world, your future husband would save you from getting hit by a UPS truck as you struggle to free your Gucci slingback from a sewer grate. You'd tumble into each other's arms, and then he, a surgeon, back from a doctor's without borders trip, naturally, would gaze into your eyes and fall deeply in love. But you're not Jada Lowe, and Matthew McConaughey is married. Sorry, ladies. This is real life, where finding a partner out in the wild is as rare as finding Gucci's on sale. Instead, so many people are connecting via dating apps that they're actually the #1 way couples meet, according to a Stanford University study. While this gives us hope, we know that navigating the World Wide Web of dating sites can be overwhelming and frustrating to say the least. That's why we reached out to 6 real women from all over the country who were able to do it successfully and asked them for their best online dating tips. Their wisdom, below. 1. Don't shy away from cultural differences. After 4 years of dating, 3 years or marriage, and now with a baby on the way, I can say I'm glad I took a chance with online dating and with someone very different from myself. I went into it with an attitude of being open to and accepting of those differences, which weren't small considering my family and I are from Rizal, a province just outside Manila in the Philippines, and Mike is from a big Italian family in New Jersey. But staying open to what made us different and teaching each other about our respective traditions and customs actually made us much closer than I anticipated. Dia M. 36, Somerset, New Jersey. 2. Make a list of all the things you're looking for in a relationship. You should know the answer to the "what are you looking for?" question. I would never be the one to ask it and actually always thought it was a stupid question, but when my now husband asked me that on Bumble after we had already been talking for a little while, he seemed like a really honest and straightforward guy. He is. So I did tell him the truth that I was looking for someone serious about the future. Turns out, that was the answer he was looking for. So don't be afraid to be honest and weed out the guys who are not serious, if that's what you want. We got engaged after 9 months and then married 9 months after that and have been married for a little over a year. Alex P., 29, Manchester, New Hampshire. 3. Make sure your core values are clear up front. I was a little reluctant to try app-based dating and didn't jump on the bandwagon till later in the game because my faith is very important to me and I didn't know how I was going to filter out men who didn't share that core value. I met Franz after 2 weeks of being on Bumble, and we decided to meet up for tacos after only talking on the app for a few hours, because we were both very upfront about our faith being a huge part of our lives. The advice I would give my fellow online daters is to make sure you are clear and honest about your big deal breakers, and to never sacrifice your core values and beliefs for anyone. Franz and I dated for almost 3 years after that, then got married just last month. We now live together with our cats, Tuna and Wasabi. Alexandra V., 28, Sacramento, California. 4. Save the interesting conversation points for real-life dates. My biggest successes with actual dates that I met on apps came by moving things from my phone into real life as soon as possible. Exchange a few messages to be sure you feel safe and are interested, but then come up with a plan to get to know each other in person quickly. A few times I spent weeks messaging or texting with someone I hadn't met, and then by the time we did meet up, it felt like we had done all the getting to know you questions online, and it inevitably fell flat. Something that immediately attracted me to my fiancé was that, after a couple of messages, he asked me out right away with a specific place and time. His decisiveness and clear intentions were refreshing. People can be so one-dimensional on apps. Giving someone the benefit of seeing the full picture in person is the best way to set yourself up for success. Megan G., 27, New York City. 5. Take a break. Honestly, I think the #1 thing is to keep trying, but don't be afraid to take breaks from online dating when you need it. I felt like I looked under every rock to find my husband and it was exhausting, so I had to step away for a week or so every now and then. The repetitiveness of all those first dates that were sometimes weird, uncomfortable, or straight up bad left me feeling jaded. I left quite a few bad dates. But I didn't leave the date I went on with my future partner. We've been married a year now, because I gave myself time to regroup after the bad to appreciate the good. Jess A., 43, Baltimore. 6. Talk to your friends about all your dating app highs and lows. My advice for anyone who is wading, swimming, or drowning in the online dating pool is that it's more an ocean than a pool. Legit, everyone's doing it, and we should all be talking about it. Talk to your friends. Share your frustrations, your worries, your joys, the lows and ups, especially when it feels like a giant dead end, because it's hard to keep doing it when it gets discouraging. Talking about it is healthy, emotionally and mentally. Maybe someone you know is going through the same thing or has an "I can top that" terrible date story that will make you laugh. The point is, there's a stigma around online dating that shouldn't be there because this isn't a novel concept anymore. Kyla B., 32, Albany, New York. For more tips, please click the link in the description.